This isn't about mind control, it's about the invisible strings that are already controlling you. Right now, as you're watching this, at least 3 hidden triggers are influencing your decisions without you even knowing it. And by the end of this video, you'll see these patterns everywhere, in every conversation, every advertisement, every relationship. There's no going back after this. Every day you're being played like a puppet, and you don't even feel the strings. You might not realize it, but these triggers have already cost you thousands of dollars, hours of your time, and decisions you can't take back. By the end, you'll be stunned at how blind you've been. You'll stop being an easy target for manipulation. You'll start recognizing these patterns before they hook you. You'll become someone who sees the game instead of being played by it. But I'm warning you, this doesn't just change how you think. It rewires how you see every human interaction. Not everyone should watch this. Stick around, because what I'm about to reveal will make you question every yes you've ever said. You can't afford to miss the dark side of trigger. Number 4, it's probably being used on you right now. I've broken this into 3 parts. Part 1, the 7 invisible triggers hiding in plain sight. Part 2, the dark psychology of why we're wired to fall for them. Part 3, the immunity protocol that makes you manipulation proof. By the end, you'll have the ability to spot these triggers before they activate, understand why you've been vulnerable, and build an invisible shield that protects you for life. Let me tell you about Marcus, smart guy, MBA from Harvard. Last Tuesday, Marcus signed a contract that made no sense. Gave away 20% of his business to someone he'd met 3 times. When I asked him why, he couldn't explain it. It just felt right, he said. Marcus had been hit by trigger number 1, the reciprocity trap. 3 weeks earlier, this potential partner had sent Marcus a rare first edition book. Then came the lunch invitations, the introductions to important people, all no strings attached, of course. Here's what happened. When someone gives us something, our neural pathways literally rewire to create a debt ledger. The reciprocity response is so powerful, it overrides logic. That book and those lunches, they bought 20% of $1 million company. Think back to the last time someone did you a favor right before asking for something. That warm feeling? That's not kindness, that's your brain being hijacked. Studies show people give back favors worth 5 to 10 times what they received. You know that moment when the waiter brings free mints with the check? Tips go up 23%. Not because the service got better, because your brain got hacked. But reciprocity has a dark twin. When you refuse a gift, people often react with excessive anger. That's because you're not just rejecting their gift, you're rejecting the power they were trying to establish over you. Trigger number 2, the commitment escalator. Remember Amanda? Started at a marketing firm. First week, could you just look over this one report? Sure. Next week, since you did such a great job, could you handle this small client? 6 months later, Amanda was doing the job of 3 people, working weekends, unpaid. Here's the terrifying psychology. Once we take a small step, our brain rewrites our identity to match. I helped, so I must be helpful. Each small yes makes the next yes feel like it's just who we are. Scientists tested this. They asked people to put a small "drive safely" sign in their window. 2 weeks later, they asked those same people to install a huge, ugly billboard on their lawn. 76% said yes. But when they asked a different group for just the billboard, only 17% agreed. Cults use this as their primary recruitment tool. First, it's just a personality test, then a free seminar, then a weekend workshop. By the time you realize you're trapped, you've invested so much that backing out feels impossible. If you're finding this valuable, drop a comment with the word "aware," so I know you're ready for what's coming next. Trigger number 3, the social proof vortex. Picture this. You're walking down the street and see a crowd staring up at the sky. What do? You look up too, even when there's nothing there. Your brain literally can't help it. Last month, David was shopping for a laptop. He'd done his research, but when he saw a bestseller sticker and only 2 left, customers love this one. He bought a different model that didn't have half the features he needed. Why? Because surely all those other people couldn't be wrong. Social proof is so powerful that businesses manufacture it. Those 5-star reviews, up to 40% are fake. That restaurant line, sometimes paid actors. When we see others doing something, our mirror neurons fire as if we're doing it too. Solomon Asch proved this in 1951. He showed people 3 lines and asked which matched a reference line. The answer was obvious. But when actors gave the wrong answer, 75% of people went along with the obviously incorrect choice. Ask yourself, how many of your opinions are actually yours? Trigger number 4, the authority bypass. This is the trigger that made ordinary people commit acts they couldn't believe. Stanley Milgram's 1961 experiment. Participants were told to give electric shocks when someone got answers wrong. When an authority figure in a lab coat said, "Please continue," 65% delivered what they believed were fatal shocks. The authority bypass doesn't just work with lab coats. A confident voice, an expensive suit, even just standing like you're in charge, all hack our obedience circuits. Last year, Jennifer, a nurse with 20 years of experience, gave a patient the wrong medication because a man in a doctor's coat told her to. He wasn't a doctor, he was a sales rep. But the coat was enough. We're wired to obey authority. It kept our ancestors alive. But now, it makes us sitting ducks. Hit that like button right now if you're ready to see trigger number 5 in action everywhere. The scarcity scramble. Only 3 left in stock. Sale ends in 59 minutes. Your heart rate just went up reading those words. Rachel found a winter coat online, bookmarked it to think about it. Next day, only 1 left, 5 others have this in their cart. Panic. Rachel bought it immediately. She's a software engineer. She knows that counter could be fake, but her logical brain got hijacked by the primal fear of missing out. When resources appear scarce, our amygdala takes over. We stop thinking and start grabbing. Most online scarcity is manufactured. That timer, it resets. Those last items, they've been last for months. Trigger number 6, the liking lock. Tom was car shopping. The salesman noticed Tom's Yankees cap. "No way, you're a Yankees fan? Me too." They talked baseball for 20 minutes. Tom drove off having paid $3,000 more than planned. The salesman was trained to spot and mirror interests. That Yankees enthusiasm? Practiced. We're 37% more likely to say yes to people we like. And liking can be manufactured in under 4 minutes. Find common ground. Mirror body language. Give specific compliments. Every manipulation guide teaches these because they work. The liking lock creates a halo effect. When we like one thing about someone, we assume everything about them is good. Trigger number 7, the consistency cage. Michael was a crypto skeptic, posted articles about how it was all a scam. Then someone explained blockchain in a way that made sense. But instead of changing his mind, Michael doubled down. Why? Because admitting he was wrong publicly felt impossible. Once we've stated a position publicly, our brain rewires to defend it. Even when presented with proof we're wrong, we become prisoners of our past proclamations. These 7 triggers, they don't work alone. When they combine, they create something horrifying. A charming person with impressive credentials offers you a rare opportunity after doing you a favor. They get you to make a small commitment that your friends are also making, and once you've told everyone about it, you're trapped. This is exactly how every major scam works, how cults recruit doctors and lawyers. Intelligence doesn't protect you. Smart people fall harder because they're better at rationalizing. Right now, someone watching this is realizing they're in one of these multi-trigger traps. Maybe it's you. But there's an even darker truth. Once you know these triggers, you'll face a choice. Will you use this knowledge to protect yourself? Or will you become the monster? Derek learned all 7 triggers, used them to triple his sales, get promoted, manipulate relationships. Then his life fell apart. His business partner used Derek's own techniques against him. His relationships crumbled because fake connection can't last forever. The dark side is that these triggers work. They work so well it's tempting to use them. But every time you use a trigger to manipulate rather than understand, you lose a piece of your humanity. The immunity protocol. 7 steps that rewire your responses to triggers. Step 1. The pause protocol. When you feel pressure to decide, stop. Count to 10. Watch manipulators panic. This offer expires now. Real opportunities can wait 10 seconds. Step 2. The trigger check. Name which trigger is active. This feels like reciprocity. Naming it reduces its power by 70%. Step 3. The reversal question. Would I do this if the trigger wasn't there? Strip away the manipulation and look at the pure exchange. Step 4. The future test. Picture yourself in 6 months. Will you be glad you said yes? Step 5. The outside view. What would you tell your best friend in this situation? Step 6. The value audit. What are you actually getting versus what you're giving? Step 7. The power flip. Use triggers ethically. Give real value first. Build genuine expertise. Create authentic relationships. Drop a comment with the trigger that's gotten you the most. For me, it was authority. Tomorrow, you're going to see these everywhere. Every ad uses scarcity and social proof. Every sales page combines authority with reciprocity. That friend who always gets their way. They're using liking and commitment. You now have something 99% of people will never have. Awareness of the invisible forces controlling human behavior. Share this with someone you care about. They deserve this protection too. Like this video if you're ready to level up your mental defense system. Comment which trigger has cost you the most. Subscribe for more psychological secrets they don't teach in school. Remember, these triggers are tools. In the right hands, they build genuine relationships and protect from exploitation. In the wrong hands, they become weapons. You've been warned, you've been armed. The question is, what will you do with this power? Every time you recognize a trigger and choose not to fall for it, you're voting for a world with less manipulation. Every time you use these insights to help rather than exploit, you're raising the standard for human interaction. The game is being played whether you know the rules or not. Now you know the rules. You see the strings. You're no longer a puppet. The choice is yours. Choose wisely, because once you start seeing these triggers everywhere, there's no going back to ignorance. Welcome to awareness. Welcome to power. Now go use it responsibly.